Hello everybody, Ken here, welcome back to Hearthstone for another Tavern Brawl, and this week, spiders. Spiders everywhere. Now, this is an old one, but it's been quite a lot of new ones recently, so I don't feel too bad about finally having another repeat. So, the old spiders, let's give them a crack and see how they go. Mage, Hunter's got kind of some of that beast synergy. But, they do give you spells, don't they? Let's just go with the mage. I think the mage could be pretty fun. It's got lots of good control in it. We'll give it a shot. Obviously, this one's a little bit later. I normally try and get these up on the Wednesday. Honestly, I've just been playing a ton of Metal Gear Solid 5, which I started this week, and I'm super hooked on right now. So that's part of why it's in. Also, once I saw it was a repeat, I thought, you know, I almost contemplated not doing it, but I did want to give it a whack, and I always like doing these Hearthstone videos anyway, so I figured it'd be fun to go with. Duplicate, not so good when we're just duplicating some web spinners, seeing as we're going to get a ton of those anyway. Don't think we're going to mill out of web spinners. Okay, so we get the fun decision of do we want to double coin the web spinner, and I think we probably do here. Give us that board advantage early game. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun playing playing Metal Gear so far. The game's very good, and maybe I'll do some kind of video talking about it for a bit. I don't know. We'll see where we're at. I'm planning to put up a Battlefront video in the next couple of days. I've cut the footage together. I just need to sort the audio out on it. And that's kind of a weird one anyway, because it's after the beta, but after watching Paris Games Week this week, I thought, hey, you know, I should chat about Battlefront a bit, because that's real soon, and it's looking real good. I like where it's at so far. Okay, interesting. So this guy's not looking to trade. Well, you know what? I am looking to trade. My Exner, just check to see what we get before we go wiling stuff out, and there we go. Now we've still got the board advantage. I didn't want to do this because what if he suddenly like whirlwinds and plays a bunch of stuff? Who knows? Who knows what Sunless has got planned? Interesting way of spelling your name. Don't know about that. Wonder if they're from the Netherlands, perhaps. Hey guys, it's your boy Sunless here, bringing you some Hearthstone gameplay. Don't know why I'm assuming he's chatting to YouTube, but I think everyone is these days. Okay, looking good. We're just web spinners all the way so far. Not seen anything else yet, but it's possibly going to come this turn. We'll see. I don't. Now here's the thing. Do I trade the web spinner, or do I just keep the one out? I think we keep the one out and start chipping away his armor. This is where I kind of like having the mage to deal with the web spinners. And sure, you know, he gets a card out of the web spinner, but that's something you accept. Yeah, Paris Games Week. I'm just going to waffle about this because you've seen the Spiders Brawl. It's still going to be quite fun to play. If there's any strategy, I will talk about it. But yeah, Paris Games Week. Sony showed off a whole bunch of stuff. They showed off more Wild, which is a game I wanted to see a lot more of. And I'm glad they showed a bunch of that, because that game's real cool. Or it looks like it could be real cool. Just contemplating what I want to play here. Like the core Rager does trade with this guy okay. So I think that's our best bet for now. They showed off more Wild, which I've been looking to see Wild for ages. It's fascinating. Just rabbit stealth. You turn into a rabbit and you stealthily sneak into some cannibal. And then you turn into the crows, and the crows scare them away, and then you ride in on a bear. Man, it looks kind of fun. I'm kind of into that. And then there's a huge snake lady, which, hey, I'm all for huge snake ladies. This guy is very much going for face. Which, yeah, you know, you do you, I guess. But a little bit scary. Not super scary, but a little bit scary. We want to trade these first. See if we get anything special out of them that's going to change how we play. Stranglethorn Tiger is not going to change how I play. I'm actually going to just go with these guys. Everything specifically great. I think it's better to get rid of that than to leave the Stranglethorn Tiger out. To put the Stranglethorn Tiger and leave a Web Spinner out. Okay. Yeah, that game looks fascinating, definitely. The new David Cage thing, which is the Kara demo, called Detroit something something. I think that could be kind of fun. It's the same kind of... It looks like it's going to be the same kind of story you'd expect of, hey, here's a class of quote-unquote people who are not treated as people. You know, and are they, should they be treated equally? And, hey, if we're going to treat these androids equally, do we treat everyone else equally? Is it assumed at that point that people are all treated equally? And then here's this new subclass, and you go, hey, actually... Like, this is not what's happening here is no better than what was happening in the past. You know, just because we've created these people doesn't mean that they're less valid as humans. I don't know. It's an interesting concept for sure. Okay, we got the. We could silence this guy to stop him charging anything weird into us. I'm kind of tempted to do that just because I'm a little cautious of what he's going to do otherwise. And I'll play the River Croc rather than the Snapjaw. And start just knocking this guy down so we can deal with him next turn. I don't know. I feel like things are different now until Dawn is out, because that kind of... I think it did the David Cage thing better than most of David Cage's games have done, and there's still merit to... Heavy Rain's really cool. It's definitely full of flaws, but... And so is Until Dawn. And, you know, I think there's a lot of things to love about Heavy Rain, and certainly the games before that. Like Fahrenheit, is it? I think was the name of the one before. That's pretty cool. So there's validity there to Mr. Cage's repertoire. Huh. Play the control here. And then we take this guy out because he's the bigger threat, because he can hero power and kill our stuff. And then we can ping that guy next turn. Yeah, so we'll see. I'm not gonna pass judgment on that before I've seen it, but it's stuff that David Cage's team puts out. The Quantic Dream is always interesting, even whether it's whatever the quality ends up being. It's always fascinating to see that stuff. So I think there's going to be plenty to see there, should we say. Okay. Got 2 and 5. That's going to be basically our entire mana if I do that. But I would like to get rid of my Exner. It's a nice easy way to get rid of my Exner. See, this is one of those positions where it's kind of left us in... We're slightly behind on the board state right now, but we have slightly more cards in hand. I don't know if that's necessarily better. We have some good quality cards. We have some bad quality cards as well. Armoured Warhorse is not great. My Ixnar's not super great. It's okay. Crush is good. Snapjaw's decent. Stranglethorn Tiger's good. Bloodflame Raptor's good. What else did they show? Yeah, obviously they showed Battlefront, which I'll talk about later this week, I guess. I'm definitely interested to get my hands on that after playing the beta. I had a lot of fun with the beta. Really, really did. Man, King Crush is so tempting here. But he dies to everything on the board. What to do? But then again, he does deal with the 5/3. And kind of forces him to trade. Like, I feel like it... Although it's not great, it does give us the... It kind of pulls things back even. It's one of those big things where he's probably going to trade into it. Might play another beast and trade that instead of trading the Tundra Rhino, but... Yeah, it's going to be Webspinners probably, isn't it? I'm trying to think what else there was. There was quite a few other interesting things there, for sure. There's not immediately spring to mind. Horizon Zero Dawn looks really nice. I'm definitely still fascinated by that thing. I love the bit they do one bit where she lays down trip mines basically across an area and then causes an avalanche the other side of a herd, and then it scares the herd towards her and through the trip mines. And I really like that conceptually. I don't think we really have a good solution here. I think we might be basically dead. I can take out the tiger, but I don't know that's... I mean, I can hyper... See, this is the problem, is Armoured Warhorse. Nope, there you go. Of course, they're all going to be the same, so there's no way it's going to trade anyway. Yeah, I think Horizon looks real cool. I love the way the movement looks. Using the bows, it sounds like it's gonna have a big experience point system, some crafting system, so you can create all the different types of ammunition for your bow. You get those hooks, so you can hook the big creatures down into the ground and then expose kind of their weak spots, all the piping and the internal mechanics of these weird robot animals. Fascinating. I think that's going to be definitely one to watch out for. It's going to be interesting to see what Guerrilla are up to, because it's definitely a bit different than what they've been doing, and I think that's cool. It's cool to see them taking a different tack after all the Killzone games. You know, I'm fascinated to see where it goes. Trying to think what else stood out from the show. The new Until Dawn thing looks okay. I mean, it's just a VR roller coaster basically. It's pretty much a haunted house roller coaster, from what I understand. Just a straight, you're going through this thing and there's going to be some scares, and that's not really what I want to see that team do with VR, and it's not really what I want to see Until Dawn do. But nevertheless, you know, if that's what they need to do to get used to the tech, then that's fine. I'm okay with that, because I imagine they're new to this. Everyone's kind of new, or most people are new to developing for VR and just playing with it and seeing what works and what doesn't. And if this is their way of saying, okay, hey, how do we best use this, and then they go on and build a true Until Dawn quote-unquote sequel, whether it's actually a direct sequel, which I don't think would work, or whether it's, hey, we crafted a new experience, a new story with new characters, new twists and turns, completely unrelated, like completely unrelated in every way. I don't want it to just be the same twists and turns. And I think if they do that for a possible sequel, then I think that works quite well. I would say Silverback Patriarch's very good here. I think that's kind of what I want to see out of the team, and if they're going, hey, how do we make VR work, and then possibly lead into, now let's do Until Dawn 2 in a way that works on VR. Sure, I'm interested in that. I'd also be interested to just see Until whatever they want to do next, the pseudo sequel to Until Dawn that isn't necessarily a VR thing. It could just be a normal experience, just a standard game. That'd be fine. But if they want to do VR, they can give it a shot. The other VR stuff, there wasn't anything that specifically stood out. I really like the look of Dreams, which is... I keep calling it like the Claymation Nightmare Simulator. Or Nightmare Factory. Because it's terrifying and bizarre. From the Media Molecule team that put out... man, what's the name of it? Put out Little Big Planet. And so now there's this thing where it seems like rather than you had just this huge wealth of prefab parts in Little Big Planet, and now seems like they're taking it even further and saying, hey, you know what? You don't even get prefab parts here. I mean, you do get some prefab parts, but you can literally sculpt anything you want. And that will work in the context of the game. That's interesting. There's definitely something I want to see more of. So I think there's certainly potential there. As to where it goes, I guess we'll see in time. I'm just buffing that one up so he can't ping it. We are against a mage, so there's a chance of arcane explosion. Wouldn't be the end of the world, but good to protect. I could have gone with the second banana, but that's fine. That's good. I don't think I wanted Mukla to go face there. I presume he wouldn't have done anyway because of the risk of like a freezing trap. Actually, freezing trap would have triggered anyway, so I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking there. Interesting. Okay. So we trade in 1, 2, 3, and then we also have 1, 2, 3, and we can banana if we want. No Murlocs, so. Okay, we get the Jungle Panther. So we'll start trading in here. See what we get. Iron Fur Grizzly. And I think we can trade this guy, and I think we're in an okay spot to do that. And then the ones I want to put down, we don't really need a taunt because it's unlikely that he's going to play a ton of charge here. We're not at King Crush point, so it's only really Tundra Rhino that's going to be the charge. Is that it from Paris Games Week? Drive Club bikes, I guess. I didn't play really any Drive Club. I haven't even given the free version on PS Plus a try. So I can't speak to Drive Club in any real capacity, honestly. I'm sure it has its fan base and that's fine. But I don't honestly... I don't think I'm part of that fan base. You know, I've enjoyed... I shouldn't say that because I've heard it's quite good. I've heard they fixed some of the issues. The way I heard people talking about the way it handles didn't sound great to me. Or didn't sound what I want. I kind of want to try the new Forza, but I don't have an Xbox. Obviously, they did announce the new Gran Turismo Sport, which they didn't indicate exactly whether they're just stepping away from having a Gran Turismo 7 or whether they actually, or this is actually more of an offshoot. So who knows? Could be either. But I think regardless, it's interesting. New Gran Turismo is always interesting. So it is what it is. Well, I guess we'll find out more in the future. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else? I think that's most of the big stuff I've covered. They should have a few other bits and bobs, but I think that's pretty much everything of note. So there we are. Plenty to look forward to. Fallout 4 is real soon, and they still haven't shown really anything since E3. And it was a huge information blowout at E3. I feel like they showed just about everything that you would possibly conceive could be in that game. They said, hey, we've got in this game. So, yeah, we'll find out, I guess, soon enough. Whether that's actually the case or not. What did he do? No, I'm not really sure there. I'm not quite sure what happened. Or did he shoot his own web spinner or something? Maybe he did. Timberwolf is what I want here to do Timberwolfy stuff. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will do the trades here. I think it's sensible to do while I can. See what we get out of this. Oasis Snapjaw. Look at that. Good ball control. Yeah, they've been putting out the special videos for Fallout, but that I feel like special is such a defined part of the series that anyone who's familiar with the series will know what that's about. You know, if you're new to it and you don't know, that it's kind of your stat system. You have strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, luck. So it's your 7 stats basically that you split your points between. That's kind of all there is to it. It's interesting enough. I'm looking forward to playing Fallout 4, I guess. I don't feel like there's much else you can really say about that. It's Fallout, and I'm looking forward to Fallout. And you know, I would have been looking forward to Fallout if they hadn't said anything about it, but the huge blowout they did definitely did excite me. I still haven't played Fallout Shelter because I have an Android device, and if it come out the same day when they announced it, like the iPhone version did, I probably would have played it a bit, but by the time it arrived on Android, I'd kind of lost interest. I wasn't really fancy it. I feel like I'd seen enough of it and heard enough about it. So I've just been playing Metal Gear 5 instead, which is fantastic, and I really enjoy it. I'm like 12-ish missions in, so I've, without getting into too much detail, I've just got the sniper, who's probably fairly well known at this point. I've just brought Emmerich back to base as well, which is cool. That whole thing's real fun. Go on, Gaz. Take him down. Hopefully, like, this is good, because if they can't deal with Advocate 47, which is kind of fun, kind of like Agent 47, but the advocate for the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Maybe he's the advocate for Agent 47. My client, Mr. 47, did not murder those people. Much. Why is he pyroblasting Gazrilla? That's kind of desperate. So I'm hoping this buys me enough time that I can just kill him with my hero power. Which is the nice thing about being Hunter, is when someone gets low like that, you can really just kind of wipe them out. Yeah, I've got the sniper, I've got Emmerich, that's basically where I'm at. I've also been watching Giant Bomb's playthrough of it, which is super fun. To see how that stuff goes, and to see it twice, and also to see someone else playing it, because I feel like one of the real beautiful things about the game is the way you can handle things differently. You know, the way missions could, because they set you in this open world, and oftentimes things are located in one area, but there's so many different ways you could approach that area. Or alternatively, you know, it's like, hey, there's plenty of ways that you could approach this area, but there we go, we won. There's maybe this guy's going to move around, or there's a mission a little before where I'm at now, where I got to this place where a guy was being held captive, and I got it. There was a sandstorm. I got in, took out, I rescued 3 other guys. Those guys told me that the guy I was looking for had been taken away, and I went after him. But in Giant Bomb's playthrough, let's open our pack before we finish, of course. In Giant Bomb's playthrough, they saw the guy get taken away, and they listened in with a directional microphone and said, "Ooh, I might have needed a second Keeper of the Grove." They saw him get taken away, but then they didn't rescue the other prisoners because they were murdered by the group. So they didn't manage to get those other prisoners, but they found out in a different method where the guy was going, which is really cool. I'll talk about that another time though. That's been Spies Everywhere. Sorry, it's been a bit like I've just been rambling about non-Hearthstone stuff, but I feel like people know what this Tavern Brawl is. There wasn't really much to explore, and it's cool though. You should play this Tavern Brawl. You got a free pack anyway, so why not? I suppose. And that's going to bring an end to the episode. So if you have enjoyed it, be sure to bop that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more Hearthstone. Usually more on topic, but hey, who knows? If you enjoyed me just rambling about other stuff, then do drop a note in the comments, and maybe I'll do it again sometime, because I do like just rambling about stuff. It's a lot of fun. And other than that, I will catch you on the next episode. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Have a fantastic day. Cheers!